And we are live. Hello, everybody. Jess, looking beautiful as always.
And you, look at us, guys. We washed our hair. Friday is our washing hair day.
Yes, indeed. Do not want to see us before Friday because the hair is like stuck like sweat and grossness. That's divine.
It's all for you guys. Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Well, we are talking about don't be rude about your food, which is a really great topic that Jess actually came up with. And it's just kind of a follow on our last Jeff Ed about the mentality of eating. If you are here, swipe in, let us know that you're here. We'll just wait around for another minute or two, I think.
We'll wait for somebody to come and have coffee with us, yes. Say hi, guys. Come on.
Hello, Auntie Pat. There we go.
Oh, hello, Pat. So what are your plans for the weekend besides refueling our bodies with some relaxed eating?
I'm looking forward to the workout tomorrow morning, I must say, because she's a queen of nasty, steamy workouts. I think they'll be absolutely amazing.
It's always a lower body burner with Kate, eh? No wonder she's got legs the way that she does.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
If I could get to look like that, I'm happy with it.
Hello. 100%. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Nicole.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. And then did you also see how to create it to earn your 300 vitality points? Very important.
No, I have not done that.
I'll just go over it while we're here, actually. While
Good idea.
Keeps in the house. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. So, Lauren, to make sure you get your 300 points, log into your vitality profile on Discovery website. Go to the race page, fill in the details, select the date. The type of workout is rice. I'm clearly hungry. Race type. Put your ID number or your passport number and for your race number, and then upload your proof that you've attended the workout session. After you've done, can be a screen grab or a photo showing that you've logged your session. How easy is that?
Easy, simple, get it done.
Since I joined Jeff, I am proud to say I am my gold on Discovery with all my workouts, guys. Very, very
It's
proud.
incredible.
Yeah.
It is incredible. And I love just watching the little ring go around. I'm like, yes, I have completed my day. It is done.
Exactly. Okay, should we get started?
Let's do it.
Should we? All right. Okay. So, guys, basically, we wanted to just pay a bit more respect to food. It is an absolute daily essential in every single person's life. We can't go without it. And Lauren and I often chat about we love food. Obviously, we have different relationships with foods in the past, and we've worked towards removing the guilt from eating towards actually enjoying and appreciating the fact that it's for nourishing our body, and we need it to survive and get through our day to day. So when everyone's always saying, I'm so fat because I eat this and I eat that, we're trying to change the mentality around that to let you know that we don't always think it's okay to blame our food, guys. There's a lot more behind it in terms of portion control, moderation, what you're eating, all of that. Basically, you should be able to eat almost everything and anything, but in moderation. Just want to give you a little quick example. Before I went into rehab, I was either overeating like crazy from stress and binge eating, and then I would restrict myself and over-exercise. So I was weighing 63 kilos. Bad cycle. I went into rehab for my eating disorder, and they put me on a diet or meal plan where I ate everything. I had rusks, I had some sugar in my coffee sometimes, I had the odd sweet. When I left, I actually weighed 58. So I'd lost weight by starting to eat. And that for me was like the biggest eye-opener ever.
No, absolutely. And I think back when my eating was so disordered and so insane, and the amount I restricted myself, and I thought that if I didn't eat for a whole day or if I didn't eat for 2 days, my body would kind of just, use its stores or find the the fat that it needed to survive, and it would just kind of feed off that, which isn't the case whatsoever. I found that after those 2 days, I would binge like a crazy person, and my body was so happy and excited to have any form of nutrition put into it that it just kind of absorbed whatever was there, whether it was nutritious, whether it was a packet of chips or anything else. It just kind of held onto that empty calories or whatever it was, to just kind of fuel itself and feed itself. And I can so relate to, you always want to focus on how you're fueling your body and what you're putting into your body, and it can get so obsessive, from hectically calorie counting to weighing out everything possible to counting food. I mean, I used to count, and I still do. I'll be very honest here. It's like I have a bit of an OCD element to me still. Like if I'm gonna have sweets, I have 4 sweets. And it's just something that's still with me from back in the day. But it's not because I'm obsessive about it. It's just a sense of comfort, I suppose, that I still have with food. But it's trying to find a relationship where you can look at food and be like, this is going to fuel my body, and there's nothing to be rude about or to feel guilty about. For example, carbohydrates. For so long, how long did I avoided all forms of carbs. I wouldn't even go near a croissant or a loaf, like a slice of bread, because I was petrified of what this carbohydrate will do to me. Whereas now I'm
smelling it.
Exactly, you do. We just have a lick of the icing on top, like the madness. But it's carbs fuel my body. Like if I want to be able to do a Siri workout, I need to be having those carbs where I can fuel my body and I can work it to the best of its ability before I'm like a shriveling mess on the floor crying because I can't do the way I want to. And I think that's what's so important, and what I found since being with Jeff and working on a program or being a part of the challenges is I want to be able to give 100% for my workouts. I don't want to go into a workout tired, exhausted, hungry, and only be able to give 50%. I want to be able to push to the end and feel that I've done a workout, and I've fueled that workout by fueling my body, which I'm sure you can relate to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, it sounds so weird. I feel so sorry for carbs because it's not their fault that people are putting on weight. You know what I mean? It's how much of that carbs you're eating, what type of carbs you're eating. And like you said, it's all for fuel. Like if you want to reach your full potential in terms of training and strength, being healthy, you've got to eat, and you can't cut out anything, Also, changing like you say, I mean, the way we think and we feel when we are eating, from instead of panicking when you are having your relaxed days or your refuels or whatever, we don't call it cheat days, not cheat days. It's 1.5 days. You've got to also get your mind around the fact that it's okay to be enjoying yourself. Yes, there are limits and boundaries, but enjoy it, because as soon as you start stressing about what you're eating, your body goes into, that fight or flight adrenaline, and your cortisol levels rise, and then it actually makes it harder for your body to digest and use that food in the way it should. So stressing about what you're eating is then going to make it sit there, rather than just actually enjoying what you're having in that moment. And it's okay. It's not going to kill you to have a piece of cake, to have a few slices of pizza on the weekend. It's when these little things become your daily habits, that's when it's a problem, and that's when it leads to the weight gain.
Yeah, 100%. Or you're at a baby shower, you're having the most amazing time, you have a glass of champagne and you have a cupcake, and you get home and you're like, I can't believe I ate that cupcake. And all you're focused on and all you're obsessing about is the fact that you ate the cupcake. And then you're like, oh, well, you know what? I've messed it up completely. I'm just going to go balls to the walls now. Let's go find the pantry cupboard and eat whatever we can. All of it, I'll start again tomorrow. And it's that mentality of I've failed as well. Yeah. And I've had clients send me a voice note. She's like, I'm so sorry. I've just eaten a brownie. I feel so bad. Like, I feel like I've failed you. I'm so sorry. And I've had to literally pick up the phone and say, you haven't failed anyone. You haven't failed me. You've literally eaten a brownie, which I hope that you enjoy it to the fullest. And you can still move forward. Like there's still so many hours in the day to get back on track. You haven't completely fallen off the wagon. You've literally had a miss. And I think that's what's so important. Is it's not the end all and be all. It's a slight miss within the day that you just fix it up. You've still got hours in the day. And it's removing that stigma of I failed. I've done a bad thing. And now I need to rectify that, whether it's starving yourself the rest of the day, or in some cases purging, or going on a crash diet for the rest of the month, or only eating lettuce for a few hours for the rest of the day. But you got to change that thinking to, you know what? I enjoyed that brownie. It was worth the calories that I've added to my day. And look, maybe tonight I just don't have my starch, or it's moving it around so it works. Instead of you sitting there grumpy, unhappy, and very upset with yourself, it's changing that thinking to like, okay, you know what? It's all right. I've got this, and I can keep moving forward. I think that's what's so important.
Yeah. And I love that you said, like, make it work for you. So be smart about it. If you've had it and you've made a little oopsie, check the rest of your portions and whatever else you've got for the day, and just make it fit in. And make it okay. I've used this analogy a few times, but it's like someone once said, if you drop your cell phone and the screen cracks, you're not going to then go, okay, well, the screen's cracked, I'm just going to go and stand on it till it's smashed to pieces. You're going to pick it up and really try and look after it and make sure that you don't drop it again. So that should be exactly the same thing with if you fall off your plan. It doesn't matter, guys. Pick yourself back up and just be gentle and say, all right, okay, it was a little bit of an oops. We're all human. It happens. Just keep making sure you move forward rather than saying, or using it as an excuse to be like, well, let's just throw everything out the window today or for the rest of the week. I'm just going to go for it, Like that's just sabotaging yourself, and it's disrespecting the work that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've just lost my train of thought. Hold on. It's gone completely off target. But it's, what was I saying? It's also learning to accept and acknowledge why you're eating. I'm bad. Like I know that when I'm emotional or I'm tired or I've had a long week or something like that, I panic eat, or not panic eat, but I emotional eat. And I get to the end of it and I'm like, was that necessary? Like, did I need to do that? But I don't feel guilty about it. I don't feel like, oh, Lauren, you failed. Like, why on earth have you done this to yourself after all the progress you've made or the week you've had? And now you've gone and thrown it down the dustbin. Like, that's not the case. It's just you've had a moment of weakness, let's call it that. But acknowledge why you're feeling that way, and acknowledge why you feel that you need to use food to calm yourself or to reassure yourself or to make yourself feel better. I think that's one thing that I've learned in my years of recovery, is that at certain points or during the month or when I'm feeling down, or if I just need to pick me up, I know when I eat too much or I go off target. But I've learned to kind of accept it as it needed to happen. It has happened. Let's move forward. Tomorrow's another day. And I love what Samuel says here. I'm just going to read it here. Is the one-on-one. Oh, it's gone. Hold on. It's a diet mentality thing. And that is what we on the one-on-one coaching focus to break. So it is. It's that mentality of I've done bad. I've fallen off. I'll start again next week, or I'll start again on Monday. And those Mondays just continue until it's 2 years down the line and you haven't progressed. Honestly, I know you haven't progressed. And it's exactly. It's that. It's also progress over perfection. And I live by this. Like, as long as I know that I'm putting one foot in front of the other and I'm doing better today than I did yesterday, I'm making progress. And I think that's what's so important to remind clients as well, is progress over perfection. Like, let's be honest, 99.9% of the time we are focused on, I have to do this right because this is my last chance. Or if I don't do this, I'm going to let someone down. And that's not the case. as long as you did better today than you did yesterday, progress has been made.
Yeah, exactly. And each day you make progress, your level of perfection is going to change. So you can't go on that. You've got to just go on your progress. And that's why we always drive consistency home here, because it really is about the consistency, and that's where the small changes are made. And also, let's be honest, food is so delicious. It's such a social thing. It's how most of us, think about like childhood memories around the table, Sunday lunches, going out for dinner with friends. It's a very social thing. And instead of looking at it as something that's going to provide you with anxiety or make you nervous or scared, we should get excited about it and celebrate it more. That I love also, like, I want to, next week, I'm going to start a cooking competition with my clients, using all the Jeff recipes, because there's so much available to us, and showing us that to eat healthy, you can still enjoy yourself. It tastes really good. Like, all of their dishes that I've made are really, really good. And I don't think people utilize maybe the recipe books and what's available to them as much as they should. So I think,
100%. I mean, the recipes, and what I love about the recipes that we have is we've got the Jeff Tucky fried chicken. I mean, hello, yum. It's wholesome meals that are healthier. Exactly. There we go. And it's enjoying the meals, and I always say this is not a quick fix. This is not a quick fix diet where you're eating lettuce for 28 days, and on the 29th day, you're killing everyone in Woolworths because you want those donuts and you want that carrot cake. It's like, we've all been there. We've all done these crash diets where we've restricted ourselves so much that, yes, we've seen the results, but it's so unsustainable. And like, if we lose, let's say, 4 kgs or whatever it may be, we put on 6 at the end of it, because our body is like, bring the food. Where's the food? And I suppose that's where the root element comes in, is we learned and we've taught through our younger years, and what's depicted in the social media and diet culture, what's not good for you and what's good for you. Whereas who actually knows what's right for you? We are so individually in tune with ourselves and our bodies. What you eat may not work for me. What Zamo eats, for example, may not work for you. So it's finding a place where you are comfortable and content with what you're eating, rather than trying to follow a plan that actually isn't designed for you, or doesn't work for you genetically, or it just doesn't work.
Exactly. Then you're just setting yourself up for failure anyways by trying to copy the person or whatever we're seeing on social media.
Exactly. And I've just had a lovely chat to a client starting next week. And what's so amazing to hear is that she's gone from wanting to fit into what the magazines 10 years were. You got to have the thigh gap. Wow, that was hectic.
Gotta have that guy back.
Oh my word. Have another cup of coffee. So it's like changing the idea that you need to look like a Barbie doll. You need to have that physique of the models, and it's being able to feel strong and empowered within your body through the training that you're doing, through the food that you're eating, and through the people that you're surrounded with. I think that's also a very important element, is surround yourself with people that are on the same wavelength as you and understand where you're coming from. I remember, and it still happens to this day, is I eat more when I train harder. And I've had friends say, "Are you going to eat that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am going to eat that." Or "Why are you eating so little?" Or there's a judgment around what I'm eating and how I'm eating and when I'm eating. And that just immediately turns the negative on, like, okay, well, why am I doing this? Or who are you to judge? Or am I overeating? And then the whole craziness and the mentality comes back of, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to fix? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? What's going on? So it's changing that environment to a safer environment, where you're able to eat food and enjoy the food because you need it to fuel your body and fuel your workouts.
Yeah, no, exactly. And in fact, like in terms of what other people are thinking and saying, like, guys, this is your journey. I had a client who she was so panicked about going out for meals because she didn't want to be that person that was eating differently. And I actually just said to her, I think people comment sometimes on, like, make a comment or a sideline because they're just jealous that they maybe don't have the dedication that you do, like, when people will be like, oh, you're having a salad or you're making this, but it's not, you're just making a healthier, better choice. Doesn't mean that, half the time people just maybe don't have the dedication themselves. So don't listen to what other people are saying. Know what's right, like Lowell says, for you and for your body and what's working. No?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I've just seen here that Coach Melissa has said, food is not only fuel, but it's also to be enjoyed. And I think that's what's so important is so often we eat food or meals that we don't enjoy. We feel that that's the right option to take. Like we'll go to a burger joint and we'll order a salad. Why? Why do we do that to ourselves? Or we don't have the fries, or we don't have the bun, we just have the burger. Like, if you're gonna enjoy a meal, and I always actually say this myself, if I'm gonna eat the calories, I'm gonna enjoy those calories. Why eat a piece of cardboard when you can eat a piece of cake and then just get yourself back onto target for the rest of the day, or focus more the next day? It's a difficult one because a lot of it is called a cheat meal or a cheat day. And I really struggle with that because I remember when I first started my fitness experience, my journey getting back into healthy eating and working out to fuel my body and feel good within myself rather than being obsessive about it. I used to give myself cheat days, and that just became an obsession because I would look forward to that day. And then I would obsess. And then I'd get to that day. Yeah. Every Saturday was Lauren's birthday. And I would just go absolutely insane. And it takes away the strength that I gained for the week, or the mental capacity of healthy eating and fueling my body correctly, to then just going balls to the walls on one day and then just feeling really sick the next day. And I haven't really accomplished anything. Yeah.
It's like a food hangover, actually. I'm sure I've experienced a food hangover in my life. I'm not even lying to you. 100%. Okay, but I have to ask you a question. Okay, so now we're talking about how much we love food. So this is a client and I were chatting the other day. If you were on death row, what would your last meal be? Like, if you could have anything before you were going to go, what would you choose?
Sure, that's a tough one. I have to say mac and cheese. It's always, like, if anyone asks me what my favorite meal is, it's mac and cheese.
That is a goodie. So mine was, now I think I'm going to change it. It was definitely McDonald's chips, a Yorkshire pudding, with some gravy. And what was my meat that we were talking about? I don't know. But food gets me really excited, guys. And that's why I'm also it's like walking into a new world when you suddenly realize that it's okay to be able to enjoy your food. It's like these shackles have been broken off your limbs, and you can finally go out there and enjoy yourself. The anxiety that leaves you, the guilt and the shame around all of that, it's really freeing and it's really wonderful. And I just want everyone to sort of hopefully work towards experiencing that sort of eye-opening change that we have, Lowell, because it makes all the difference to enjoy yourself. And then you can really smash it as well at your workouts, which is what we want from you anyways.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's just, here we've got some favorite foods here. Zamo says lamb curry. And then Natasha, fed cook. I can't say that. Did I say that right? Fed cook.
Yeah,
I've never been able to see
cook as well.
But it is, and it's also just enjoying it. Like I always say, if you want the cake, eat the cake, but just be mindful about the cake. Like, have a slice, not the whole entire cake. And it's just becoming aware. And as you say, I want so badly for everyone to have that freedom, that food freedom that we've gained from our experiences. Yes, they weren't fun, but we got to where we are today because we experienced that. And it's just being able to support, guide, and help people to a point where there's a comfort and a joy around food, rather than I can't be doing this. Why am I doing this? Why do I feel this way about food? And I feel so guilty that I feel this way about food. I think that's the thing. And it's so much of it is, there was a comment earlier about how clean food, and then you get the bad and the dirty food. All food is food. Like all of it, it nourishes you. Yes, there are calorie differences, and yes, there are saturated fats, unsaturated fats, and all the nutritional terms to it. But at the end of the day, food is what fuels you. You're dying today. What's going on?
Have you eaten today?
Yeah, maybe slow down the cough.
Of course we have.
Yeah. None of us meal this thing anymore. Yeah.
No, but it is. What you said is so true, and like we need to keep driving this home. And last time we had our chat, we said that, guys, if any of you feel that you kind of need a little bit of help or you want to reach out, please do. Someone did to me, and I feel that it was really beneficial for them and for me, actually. So, and I've made a really nice new friend. Love friends. So, just give us a shout if you feel that you need somebody to talk to, or if you feel that you're a little bit lost when it comes to food and the mentality around it, because we know what it feels like, and you're not alone. Trust me, a lot of people go through this kind of guilt and shame and uncomfortability around food, but they just don't speak about it. There's nothing wrong with it. Speak up, and you realize a lot more people are in the same boat.
Exactly. And I think that's also the thing is our mind has so much power over us, and whether we notice it or realize it or not, there's always that hamster in the back of our minds going. And I mean, I still struggle with it from day to day. It doesn't go away, but it's learning not to listen to it and not to give it power. Someone's commented here, can I feel my body on donuts and hot cross buns? I mean, not really.
Listen, no. Well, you could have one on your off days, and that'll fuel you in a way, but you can't feel your whole body for the week on those. No, I'm sorry, I love you, but you can't.
No, like it's not going to fuel you very well. But again, one is not going to kill you either. There's obviously an element of getting in the macronutrients that help you fuel your body. So your protein, your carbohydrates, your fats,
your carbs,
your non-starchy veg, and the greens, everybody.
Yeah, we love greens.
It's always something that I push with my clients in their food picks. I'm like, yeah, but where are the greens? Like, we've got to get that goodness in. But again, hot cross bun with butter, one of my favorites.
Absolutely, yeah. Also, a tip that I learned: be mindful on your off days. Don't have a box and just sit with that box there. Portion it out. So take out what you're allowed, put that in a bowl, and also make sure, eat it in public, in the open. Don't make it something that you feel you shouldn't be eating in front of other people. So make sure it's out in the open. Don't have a whole box. Take your one donut out, your one hot cross bun, put the packet or whatever away, and then have it at that. Because next thing, you will eat 12 donuts, and that's a little bit of an issue. We don't want that.
I think it's also being open and honest about your food, like not hiding it, or if you are wanting that hot cross bun, have that hot cross bun. Don't hide in the corner of your house chowing down the 6 hot cross buns. But be very open and aware of it. I mean, I remember back in the day, I used to go and hide, and I just whatever I could find, I would shove into my mouth, because I didn't want anyone to know how much I was eating and then removing. That's a very PC way of saying it. But it's that you don't want to have to hide what brings you joy. Food should bring you joy. There should be no guilt or pain brought by food. I think that's what's so important is. And there's just, I see Coach Melissa has done a lovely point here, is no good or bad foods, just sometimes foods or more often foods. And I love that. I think that's so great.
Yes.
Sometimes you have the hot cross buns, but more often you have the good macronutrients, your proteins, your carbs, your non-starchy veg, and your greens. I love that. Thanks, Coach Melissa for that little pearl of wisdom there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Ooh, make your plates look like a rainbow, guys. Include all the colors.
Unicorns and all.
Unicorns and rainbows. We won't eat unicorns. We can't eat unicorns.
No. All right, lovely people. That went really, really quickly. But Jess and I are considering making this more of an occurrence, maybe bi-weekly, or just kind of getting it out there more and having these kind of chats more often. So please, if you have any topics that you'd like us to cover or to talk about, we would love to kind of do that and get it out in the open. As you can see, we are very open and honest about our journeys. We can talk behind off a donkey, and we just really enjoy chatting about it, being very honest about it, and kind of giving you guys a bit of guidance and a bit of experience, and just having a really good time about our experience, I suppose. And if we can help you, or you guys can resonate or relate to anything, that's the main aim of these chats.
Yeah, and we're here for you, and we know it's sometimes it's hard. We do know that.
100%, all the time.
But it's Friday. Okay.
All right. Are we done? I think that is us done for today, for the chat. But I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys took away a lot from that. And just thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful weekend.
Lauren, you need coffee, so
very nice.
I've got the giggles. Oh my gosh, God.
Oh my word. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Lots of love.
Bye, guys.